Chapter 18, Part 2. Torak spun round and found himself staring up at an unbelievably filthy man towering over him with a knife. In an instant he took in a ruined face as rough as tree bark, waist-length hair matted with filth, a rancid cape of slimy yellow reeds, and at last the carrion stink was explained, for around the man's neck hung a pigeon's softly rotting carcass. In fact, everything about him seemed to be rotting, from his empty, festering eye socket to his toothless black gums and his shattered nose, from which hung a loop of greenish yellow slime. Ugh. "Out!" he bellowed, waving a green slate knife. "Narrick and the Walker, say out!" Quickly, Torak put both fists over his heart in the sign of friendship. "Please, we come as friends. We mean you no harm." "But they already did harm," roared the man. "They bring it with them to the beautiful valley. All night the Walker watches. All night he waits to see if they will bring harm to his valley." "What harm?" Torak said desperately. "We didn't mean it." There was a stirring in the bracken, and Wolf threw himself at Torak. Torak clutched the cub close and felt the small heart hammering. The man didn't notice. He'd heard Renn creeping up behind him. "Sneaking up, is she?" he snarled, lurching round and waving his knife in her face. Renn dodged backwards, but that only made him angrier. "Does she want them in the water?" he cried, snatching their bows and quivers from the branch and holding them out over the stream. "Does she want to see them swim, the pretty arrows and the shiny, shiny bows?" Mute with horror, Renn shook her head. "Then they drop knives and axes quick, or in they go." They both knew that they didn't have a choice, so they tossed their remaining weapons at his feet, and he stowed them swiftly under his cape. "What do you want us to do?" said Torak, his heart hammering as fast as Wolf's. "Get out!" roared the man. "The Walker told them, Narrick told them, and the anger of Narrick is terrible." Both Renn and Torak looked around for Narrick, whoever he was, but saw only wet trees and fog. "We are getting out," said Renn, eyeing her bow in the enormous fist. "Not up the valley. Out!" He gestured up the side of the gully. "But we can't go up there," said Renn. "It's too steep." "No more tricks!" bellowed the Walker, and hurled her quiver into the stream. She screamed and leapt after it, but Torak grabbed her arm. "It's too late," he told her. "It's gone." The stream was deeper and faster than it looked. Her beloved quiver had disappeared. Renn turned on the Walker. "We were doing what you said. You didn't have to do that." "Oh, yes, he did," said the Walker with a toothless black grin. "Now they know he means it." "Come on, Renn," said Torak. "Let's do as he says." Furiously, Renn picked up her pack. If their journey had been hard before, this was worse. The Walker strode behind them, forcing them almost at a run up a rocky elk trail that at times had them climbing on their hands and knees. Renn went in front, stony-faced, grieving for her quiver. Wolf soon began to lag behind. Torak turned to help him, but the Walker sliced the air a finger's breadth from his face. "On!" he shouted. "I just want to get on!" Renn cut in. "You're Ataclan, aren't you? I recognise your tattoos." The Walker glared at her. Torak seized his chance and hoisted the flagging cub in his arms. "Was us a clan," muttered the Walker, clawing his neck where the crusted skin was tattooed with wavy blue-green lines. "Why did you leave them?" asked Renn. who seemed to be making a supreme effort to forget about her quiver and befriend him in order to keep them alive. "Didn't leave," said the walker. "Otters leave him." Twisting a wing off the pigeon, he sucked it between his toothless gums, taking in with it a generous loop of slime. Torak swayed, and Renn turned pale green. "The walker was making spearheads," he said through a rancid mouthful, "and the flint flies at him and bites him in the head." He gave a bark of laughter, spraying them both. "Bits of him going bad, getting sawn up, going bad again. In the end his eye pops right out and a raven eats it. Ha! Ravens like eyes." Then his face crumpled and he pounded his head with his fist. "Ack! But they hurts! They hurts! And the voice is howling, the soul's fighting in his head. That's why the otters chase him away." Renn swallowed. "One of my clan lost an eye the same way," she said. "My clan is friendly with the otters. We mean you no harm." "Maybe," said the walker, removing a bone from his mouth and stowing it carefully inside his cape, "but they still bring it with them." All of a sudden he halted and scanned the slopes. But the walker was forgetting. Narek asks him for hazelnuts. Now, where did the hazel trees go? Torak hefted Wolfire in his arms. "The harm you think we bring," he said. "Do you mean—" "They know what he means," said the walker. "The bear demon, the demon bear, and the walker told him not to summon it." Torak stopped. "Told who? Do you mean the crippled wanderer? The one who made the bear?" A jab of the knife reminded him to keep moving. "The crippled one. Yes, of course. The wise one, always after the demons to do his bidding." Another bark of laughter. "But the wolf boy doesn't know about demons, does he? Doesn't even know what they are. Ah, yes, the walker can always tell." Renn looked surprised. Torak avoided her eyes. I'm going to pause there. I'll come back for the last part of chapter 18.